Hey, what is up everyone? So for today we are going to be doing a couple stuff to this engine. Not really the engine, but we're just going to do an oil change, clean the air filter. But the real thing is inside this box. You guys do know I am sponsored by Purell, so we're going to be adding a couple liters or quarts of oil. But one of the things that I did this time is my suspension is still clicking and banging and whatnot, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade the suspension to just an M3 suspension overall, for the front and the rear, just because I think all the bushings are basically gone, plus the track hasn't been nice to it. We're gonna go ahead and get to work on that. We also got new bolts on everything, so I have to just take off my wheels and we can get to it. Some of the things that you might see right off the bat that I'm trying to look at are like this front tension rod, and then of course the lower control arm that's right there. I cannot tell you if I know if these are bad or not, because these don't really move all that much. I mean, this one has a little bit of play in it, so I think this one might be gone. I think the other side will be the exact same way. Nonetheless, this car does have 95,000 miles, and I might as well just replace them all instead of trying to replace just this guy and then later that one goes bad. So it's best to just fix all these and then get it realigned afterwards. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. And you guys remember, these guys are still holding up pretty good. We have that bolt right there, which seems to be an 18 mil. I don't have a stand for you guys to see, so I will most likely have to just kind of do this kindly on my own. Doesn't seem too hard. Actually, I'm kind of worried because it seems kind of loose. This is just one hand and it kind of moved already, so I'll get back to you guys in a bit because I cannot do this properly right now. Hopefully you have power tools, because after a few bits of just hitting it with the 3/8, it all just came loose really quickly. So again, not a lot of force, but just make sure that you have power tools. I do have them, I'm just being lazy and not using it, or I guess not really lazy, but just trying to show you guys on this end here. I don't want to do these yet, but I should, so I'm going to leave this guy in here for right now and kind of hit it with these guys, and hopefully I can take those off with ease. So let's get those out first. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, 18 or a 19 up there. And just to double check, we can just drop this 18 here, and it doesn't fit. Oh no. And it's gonna be a 19 or a 20, so yeah. Well, whoops. Oh yeah, don't take this one off. Take this one off. That's the lower control right there. So after quickly just trying to inspect it, it was a 21. I hit it with this really long breaker bar. Get yourself one of these because it makes everything easy. And then all we're gonna do is put that in there. And is it strong enough? No, it's not. Oh, there it goes. I don't think this is coming out, so I'm gonna have to get a pry bar, apply pressure, and it will come out. Actually, you know what, let's just do this. Just put your jack all the way to the highest so it compresses everything, and then what I'm gonna do is just lower it, and it should be able to fall right down. See? Simple stuff. So if I straighten this back out, it should be able to pop out. Look, see, this one luckily isn't stuck, but we'll just have to take this guy out, which I think this is an 18. Yes, it is. I can already see it will be an issue because of the steering rack. I don't know how to really make room for that, so maybe I'll just use the short one here and pull it out from on the other side, which may be an 18 as well. Yes, it is. So we'll just hit that real quick. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to enjoy the view or not, but let's just leave you guys there. Easiest is just to massage it out. I think if I just hit it with an 18 again, I can get it out. So, apply force outwards. Oh, there we go. There. It's just, oh, sorry guys. Let's take, oh man. Well, that bolt is out. Headlight level sensor has to come off as well. And honestly, this bracket will have to come off of it either way, because I do have the new one, that's the M3 one. I'm assuming it's lower, but they have to kind of push this little bracket in to undo anything. So I'm just gonna actually just unclip it from up here first, and then we'll just go from there. I will say this, apparently you're gonna have to put in the control arm back in before you can take off the front tension strut, because trying to remove this is gonna be a hassle, so keep that in mind. You have to put in the new one first. So I think next time I would remove this first and then the control arm, for you guys watching at home. So since we have to choose the control arm already, very simple things to check is this guy has, the driver's side always has this rod here for the headlight, I think, leveling sensor, which comes on there. Mine, so you can tell, this one would be here, and you just put that one on. As you can tell, these are the BMW ones from TRW. I don't know why, but they grind off the M badges off of them, but nothing too bad. That one's there. This is the passenger side, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in. And let's see, I have a whole mess here, but from this bag of goodies, here is the new rod that I would be using. I don't know if it comes with the new 10mm or not. I don't think it does. Oh no, I think it's these guys here. I think it's these two, since this was the old one, and it's the only one that is small, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. We went ahead and bought new hardware just because I wanted to play it safe and just in case anything broke. Not absolutely necessary, but just because sometimes BMW does claim that these could go bad. I don't know how, but yeah, just in case it falls, right? Let's put these back in. Alright, tension strut already taken out. There is quite a bit of play on all these things, but in this bushing here, it seems like it's still good. Since these are hydraulic filled, it doesn't really move. So, one, I'll be irritated if this isn't gone, but I mean, this kind of does give you a reason why, because it shouldn't be moving this freely, I guess. I tried it on the new ones, and the new ones, like, you can push it, but it's not this free. So, I mean, it's okay if I change it now, but I hope this clears up all the clinging and clacking and buckling noise that I hear coming from the car. Okay, so one thing I have noticed that you want to do is kind of invest in a rubber mallet, because one, you have to kind of tap these guys in just to get it into place. It's a very tight situation here. Same thing with this guy, I was not able to get it anywhere in, and well, I think I might have gone a little bit too up here, but even then, that is the best that I was able to get it at for now. I've just been struggling this whole time just to even get this in. So rubber mallet, I would say, is very much necessary. I'm not gonna lie, this thing has beat me already, and I kind of feel like giving up, but we gotta finish. We still got the passenger side, and we gotta, it's just the aluminum, man. All this aluminum makes me feel tingly inside, so I gotta get this done. Okay, so I already did the oil change. MAF sensor came in because I actually had to swap out. New oil level sensor was inside, and of course we already did the fronts. Now the car is out. In here, in reverse, we already took out the first one, which is a very simple, sorry if it looks all crappy here, but it's very simple. 2 18s there, 1 18 bolt here. Comes out fairly easy. New one's in, just slides in, boom. That's about it. Same thing for this other arm, and that's about it. I'm kind of beat here, but I think we should be okay. I will put all this in and I'll catch you guys later because it's getting late.